Ben, you're sure we can get back in at least 2 weeks now, ain't you?
Oh, of course. Now, quit worrying, Roy. The San Francisco court has a trial scheduled. Shouldn't take more than a couple of days. Not with your testament.
I'm always glad to help out, you know that. Especially as long as you're paying all expenses.
Yeah, well, it'll still be worth it. Just to get those timber sharks behind bars.
I know what you mean. Hiram! Yeah. Where in the blades is that westbound stage at?
Oh, yeah, the stagecoach. Well, it's late.
No,
it's
don't
late.
tell me something I already know. What's got into you anyway?
Oh.
You're as nervous as a polecat in a perfume factory.
Here she comes, Roy.
Lovely town, eh, Fairfax?
If you say so, sir.
I do say so. May I assist you, ma'am?
Oh, thank you kindly.
Hoss?
Ah, Paul, how are you? Paul, I'd like you to meet Mr. Ford. Mr. Ford's my Paul, Ben Cartwright.
Pleasure, Mr. Cartwright. A great pleasure.
Bobs?
Paul, this is Miss Sissy Summers.
How you do?
Summers?
There is an adequate hostelry.
Oh, of course. Just up the street, the Palace Hotel.
Thank you. Fairfax?
Coming, sir.
Fine feller. Fine gentleman indeed.
Oh, no finer than you, Mr. Cartwright. The way you protected me against that uncouth lout. There was to have been someone to meet me, a Mr. Peabody. Hiram Peabody.
Oh, Hiram. Well, ma'am, you ain't far away. He's right behind you, right there in the stage office.
He is?
Yeah.
Right in there?
Right in there.
Oh, dear.
I'm sorry to do this to you, Ben, but I can't go after all.
What do you mean you can't go with me? Without you there, I don't stand a chance of winning the case.
I want to go, but I just can't leave this town without any law.
Well, you hired that deputy from Placerville, didn't you? I ought to know. I'm paying his salary.
You're supposed to be paying his salary. And he's supposed to be on the stage, but he ain't. He let me down.
And because of that, you're going to let me down.
Ben, I don't want to, but I have no choice. With Clem out of town, there's no other sheriff to watch over things.
I think I got the answer, but I got to ask one more question. His name by chance wasn't Roscoe Willard, was it?
Do you know him?
Oh, we became briefly acquainted, yeah. Oh, got a little brisk there toward the end. Last time I seen him, he was walking back to Placerville. He wasn't in too good a shape.
Well, that's fine. Oh, that's real fine, Hoss. I'm not about to ask the why or wherefore. But because of what happened, whatever it was, Sheriff Coffey can't go with me to San Francisco, and I stand to lose a rather considerable sum of money to a bunch of timber thieves.
And you beat up on Roscoe Willard. Well, I guess he ain't as tough as his reputation makes out to be.
Oh, he's tough, all right, Roy, but when my hair gets all worked up, I reckon I was a match for him, all right.
Yeah, you're a match for him. Yeah. Yeah, you would be a match for him, wouldn't you? Roy?
Yeah, Hoss, raise your right hand, please.
Oh, wait a minute. Now, I ain't gonna be no sheriff, Paul.
Raise your right hand.
Oh, boy, I don't
Raise
wanna go
your
around
right
asking
hand.
people. Boy.
Raise it.
I do.
sheriff of Virginia City.
I didn't either, Miss Summers. I didn't either. Hey, did you find Hiram?
No, I didn't. He's not in his office, like you said.
That's funny. Well, no need to fret. He's around here someplace. Old Hiram's one of our most dependable citizens.
Well, I knew he would be. Do you know him well?
Hiram? Oh, shucks, ma'am. Everybody in town knows Hiram. Fine fella. He don't drink or cuss or do none of them bad things. Goes to church every Sunday, sings in the choir, second tenor.
You don't know how good you make me feel, Mr. Cartwright. I mean, Sheriff. See, I just wouldn't marry him if he weren't all those things you said.
Marry him? You and old Hiram? You gonna get married? Ha! Well, I'll be that burned. You talk like you ain't even met him.
I haven't exactly. Oh, no, we've corresponded for over a year, and one thing led to another, and finally he wrote to me and asked me to come west and be his wife.
He's a mighty lucky feller, ma'am.
But where can he be?
Oh, he's probably just on an errand or something. He'll be back directly.
I'm so anxious to meet him. In the meantime, I'd best get a hotel room. Would you help me with my luggage?
Oh, sure thing, ma'am. Which one of these is yours?
All of them.
All of them?
I can certainly see why they made you sheriff, Mr. Cartwright.
Yeah.
I bet nobody'd ever try to put anything over on you.
It ain't too easy.
Mr. Cartwright, I didn't know you were sheriff of Virginia City.
Forbes, I wasn't until just a few minutes ago. Remember that big feller on the stage? Well, never mind. I want you to meet some gentlemen. This is Mr. Green, and this is Judge Franklin. This here's my little brother Joseph, and this is Candy. This is Mr. Forbes. He came in on the stage with me this...
Cattlemen's ranchers. I'd have known it even if Mr. Cartwright hadn't told me. And you two are gentlemen of commerce. You, sir, finance.
Why, yes. I happen to be a banker.
Yes, I know. You have that look, integrity. You're a merchant?
Why, yes. I am a judge, but I also own the Virginia City Mercantile. How did you know?
My little secret, sir. Bartender, round for the house. And a bottle for me, the finest.
Well, what brings you to Virginia City, Mr. Forbes? Business? Pleasure?
Oh, a bit of both, a bit of both.
It's certainly nice to have you here. It's an honor to have a gentleman of your quality visit Virginia City.
Thank you.
Clumsy dolt. I'm terribly sorry.
Gentlemen, I must ask you to forget what you have just seen.
Of course.
I've been asking all over town. Nobody's seen Hiram. His office is locked up. You've got to help me.
Me, ma'am?
Well, you're the sheriff, aren't you?
Yeah, I reckon I am. I don't feel very sheriff at the moment, though, Miss Summers.
Oh, call me Sissy. I'd feel much more comfortable, Sheriff.
Well, just call me Hoss, so would I, ma'am.
Then you'll do something. You'll help me.
Well, ma'am, there ain't no use in getting all frazzled up. Old Hiram's probably just out running an errand around here in town somewhere.
Oh, Hoss. You're just a big old fuzzy bear when it comes to boosting a girl's spirit.
Hey, look, Miss Summers, Sissy, why don't you just run on back to the hotel, and I'll round old Hiram up and get him all spruced up.
Well, I don't care about that. I just want to meet him. His letters were so strong. Just reading his wonderful words, I knew he was my man.
Yeah, well, I'll round him up for you, ma'am.
I'm going to insist that Hiram choose you as his best man. That's a promise.
Ah, thank you, ma'am. Good day.
Woo! That was close.
Hiram, what in tarnation are you doing under there?
Well, I was waiting here for you, and when she come in, I just barely made it into the desk before she saw me. Oh, my, what a narrow escape.
Hiram, that little Miss Summers is a sweet little lady. If I thought for 1 minute that you were fiddling around,
I swear, Hoss, I didn't. It was just so easy to write all them letters.
Oh. Overdid it, huh? Told her you were 6'2"?
6'3". And rich. And handsome.
And that's why you're hiding from her.
I'm weak and paunchy. Besides, I'm not ready for marriage. Babies, diapers, responsibilities.
Yeah, all bridegrooms are like, you'll get over it.
There's only one way out of this. You gotta put me in jail. If she thinks I'm a criminal, she won't have nothing to do with me.
Oh, Hiram, you a criminal in jail? Why, that's ridiculous. My job is putting people in jail that are real criminals, that really break the law.
All right, then. Then I'll just have to break the law. And I can't think of a better way to start than by attacking the sheriff. Now, you put up your dukes.
Oh, Hiram.
No doubt now, is it, Judge? You notice it's my property they're looking over? And drat. I wish I'd have bought it from you last year when you was offering it to me for $5,000. Don't suppose that offer's still open, is it? The price has just gone up. Way up.
Up, Sheriff, before I shoot somebody.
He could have blown our heads off. Look at the damage he's done.
He'll pay for it.
Yeah, you bet he'll pay for it. Give him 30 days to think about it.
I'm the sheriff, and I'll decide what's going to be done with him. Right now, I'm going to take him home, pump some coffee down, and give him some talking to.
Coffee? Talking to? What kind of a sheriff are you? Listen, I demand that you punish this bull.
So do I, and I know my rights.
Of course you do. Come on.
I ain't going home, and you can't make me.
Hiram, I'm sure going to try.
Hey.
Here, Hiram. Gulp up down and go home, sleep it off. I'll make up some excuse to Miss Sissy.
You bring her in here now. Let her see what a no-good drunken bum I really am. She'll go home a wiser girl.
Hiram, things will appear a lot differently tomorrow after you've shaped up. And you're going to shape up, because you're going to meet her tomorrow, whether you like it or not.
Meet her tomorrow? But, Hoss, wait! I'm not going to like it.
Jeez, I'm sorry, ma'am. I reading the paper, didn't see your parasol there. Are you looking for someone?
No. You must be.
Joe. Yeah.
Joe?
Yeah, my friends call me Little Joe. Oh, let me get that for you.
No. You're... Hey! Sheriff! Hey, Sheriff! Man, what you doing? Sheriff! Oh, me, not Sheriff! 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 Please, could you arrest the smasher?
Ma'am, that ain't a masher. That's my little brother, Joseph. Now, give her back her umbrella, Joe.
Well, he certainly is forward.
Yes, ma'am, he is. Sometimes so much so he falls right on his face. He's always putting his mouth in his foot.
That's foot in his mouth.
Yeah, well, you'd know about those things. Anyhow, Joseph, this is Miss Sissy Summers, and she's engaged to Hiram Peabody.
Well, it's a real pleasure to meet you.
Well, you're forgiven, Mr. Cartwright.
Oh, thank you.
I can't stay mad at the brother of my big old fuzzy bear sheriff.
Did you say big old fuzzy bear?
Just cut it out, Joe. That's enough now. Cut it out.
Oh, don't worry. I'm not going to tell anybody. Just a few close friends, 5 or 6. Pa, Candy. See you, Fuzz.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that, Hoss. I've embarrassed you.
Oh, that's all right, ma'am. He's always writing me about something. Now, more important things. I found Hiram. Yeah, he just had some legal matters he had to tend to.
Oh, of course. He wants to take care of all his business so that we can enjoy our honeymoon. The wonderful man. I knew he'd be the thoughtful kind.
Yeah, he's doing a little thinking, all right. You'll get to meet him in the morning.
Oh, my knight in shining armor.
Yeah, he's home all night shining his armor.
What?
A toast to these dear ladies for their kindness to a stranger. Fairfax?
Yes, sir. I shall remedy that at once, sir.
It is our pleasure, Mr. Forbes. When we planned this picnic, it was so you wouldn't be a stranger. When we found that you were going to build a resort... Oh.
Gentlemen, I thought you were going to forget what you were not meant to see.
We did.
That is...
We didn't tell anybody but our wives.
Not another soul, and they won't tell anyone. We saw you out there surveying that land. We were just riding by. Since you're interested in that area, we thought be a good time now to have a talk about it.
To be blunt, Mr. Forbes, we'd like to invest in your project.
Yes, I'll even take stock for the land. I was asking $25,000 for that tract, but yes, I'll take $20,000 in stock. And...
Sorry. My firm is backed by a syndicate of Kansas City bankers. We are amply financed, and we will absolutely not sell any stock.
Well, it seems to me that you would want local people to invest in your project. That way the people of Virginia City would want you to succeed and would help.
Yes, well, that is a valid point. Uh-huh. Yes, I will need the cooperation of the local bankers. Fairfax?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Local investments, huh? Well, I'll have to have time to think that over. I'll give you my answer in the morning. In any case, you will all be my guests at the opening night party. Fine food, 2 orchestras from Paris, France. Huh? Champagne, brandy. Fairfax.
Yes, sir.
And when I have finished this resort hotel, I shall go on to greater things. To San Francisco, Sandwich Islands, perhaps even China. Fairfax. Oh, it is my ambition to build a chain of resort hotels circling the globe like a glittering necklace. Fairfax.
Yes, sir. If I may say so, sir, there are pressing matters at the hotel awaiting your attention immediately.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Pressing matters. Yes, pressing matters.
Just a moment, please. Thank you very much. Don't forget, burn the trousers and you pay for them.
Oh, after a day like this, I could do with some brandy.
After destroying the wine at the picnic, I think not. Another drink and you would have built a hotel on the moon.
Oh, those 2 chuckleheads would have bought some stock there.
On the contrary, you could have spoiled everything. Those 2 chuckleheads are rich, important men. They lead, Virginia City follows. And another thing, you're ad-libbing again. From now on, you say the lines I wrote for you, not another word.
Just a little drink.
After you polish my boots, memorize your speech for tomorrow, maybe.
My syndicate is convinced that your crystal pure meadows and green...
Green meadows and crystal pure air.
Oh, yes, sir. My syndicate is convinced that your green meadows and crystal pure air... Just a little drink?
Not yet.
Oh. Out. 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 I'll kill myself.
And I'll work you over good if you do. Now, I promised that Miss Sissy you're going to meet her in the morning, and you're going to.
You're the law. You're supposed to protect me.
Hiram, that's enough. Out. Wanted. Madam Moreau of Bunko Games, Fraud and Swindling in Texas, Arizona, California. Wanted. $10,000 reward for murder. Art Merklin. Wanted for horse stealing Billy Barker. $100.
Hi, Sheriff.
Howdy, boys.
Hey, we just saw Hiram run out of here like his coattail was on fire. What'd you do?
Yeah, well, I had to send old Hiram along home.
You know, your voice is a lot deeper now that you're the sheriff.
It is? It is?
You know, speaking of going home, we're heading back. You want to ride with us?
Well, I'd like to, boys, but the weight of the badge, the responsibility of my town, I gotta stay here with it.
It's heavy, I know. It's a shame, too, because you're going to miss a fantastic meal. Now, Hop Sing has done a wonderful job. He's making a whole mess of chicken and dumplings and...
Well, I'll tell you, you're both gonna miss it if you don't get out of here and leave me alone. I got things to do.
Yeah, we better let you get back. Thanks for the protection.
Yeah, feel safe.
See you later, Harold. Night, you big old fuzzy bear, you.
I don't believe it.
No, you are. You're a big old fuzzy bear.
No, I mean this.
Don't believe what?
You know that nice gentleman, Mr. Forbes, that rode in on the stage with me?
Yeah, he's a real nice man. What about him?
I think I gotta arrest him.
Of course you gotta arrest him. You're the sheriff, aren't you? What?
There it is, the projected new hotel. Well, my syndicate is convinced that your green meadows and crystal pure air will bring floods of the wealthy from the smoke-clogged cities of the East. Now then, who's first? Step up.
Yes. I'll take $100 worth of that stuff.
Here you are, sir. Thank you. $1,000. There you are, $1,000 worth of certificates that will be worth double in no more than a year. Mr. Green will deposit the money in my account. $300. You want it? Yep. $300. $100. Yeah.
Mr. Forbes.
This is a stick-up. Reach for the sky or taste lead. Didn't you hear me? I said this is a stick-up.
Yeah, I heard you, Hiram.
Well, I confess, I did it.
You did what? What?
Peabody, have you completely lost your mind?
Yesterday he shut up the saloon and you refused to arrest him. Maybe now you're convinced he's a criminal?
You heard him. Arrest me.
Oh, Hiram, give me those things before you hurt somebody. Hiram, you're making a fool out of yourself.
But, Hoss, you've got to put me in jail.
I ain't gonna do no such a thing.
Oh, Hoss.
Mr.
We
Forbes.
realize that you're only a temporary sheriff, Hoss, but I'm certain that you understand that attempted bank robbery is a serious crime.
Hiram here had no intention of robbing your bank. Hiram, come on, get up in there and go home, and no more shenanigans, you hear?
But, Hoss, you gotta lock me up. I'm a mass menace.
Of course he is.
I am the one that has to decide what punishment goes with what crime. And in Hiram's particular case, the punishment is to not be locked up in jail. Hiram, you break that little lady's heart, and I'll break every bone in your body, you hear me? Now, you get that silly thing off your face and go home and behave yourself. Go on.
Well, in all my days, I have never seen such a rank miscarriage of justice.
Scot-free. I can't believe it.
Dereliction of duty, that's what it is.
With Cartwright for a sheriff, every crook in the country has a license to rob and cheat us.
That ain't true, Mr. Franklin. As a matter of fact, I came here to arrest a real criminal. A rotten, no good for nothing, dirty, thieving scoundrel. One who is ready to really skin you. You're under arrest, Mr. Forbes. I'm taking you to jail.
Let me see this. Well, there's not even a mention of a Cavendish Forbes here, not even a picture.
You've got nothing to go by.
Nothing to stand on, huh? No picture, huh? Well, there's a description here. Listen to this. It says here that Farthingale Frobisher, or whatever name he was using at that time, is 6 feet high. Stand up, Mr. Forbes. It goes on to say that he weighs 200+ pounds and is stout. And that's pretty obvious.
I do hope, sir, that you're not going to allow the misguided zeal of this inexperienced lawman to spoil your relationship with our community. I'm certain you can show him the error of his ways. To err is human, to forgive divine.
I'm gonna do the human thing this time. The divine can wait until I get a message back from Butte, Montana. I done telegraphed that sheriff over there about you, sir, and you're under arrest. Come along, Mr. Forbes.
Why, this is an outrage. At least you can wait until you get your answer, which I am certain will completely clear Mr. Forbes.
And which I am certain will give him time to skip out of town with all the money he's collected, too. No, not a chance. You're the one that told me that my job was to protect the community, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Now, come along, Mr. Forbes. You're under arrest.
If I am not released within an hour, I shall cancel the plans for the hotel. Come on, Fairfax.
I'm sorry, sir, but the duties of a valet do not include the humility of durance vile. I'm sure that the jail is very filthy, so do be careful with your trousers, sir.
Come along, Mr. Forbes.
Mr. Cartwright, you haven't heard the last of this.
Not by a long shot.
Well, you sure got this whole town in an uproar. When you botch things up, you botch them up good. You got any idea what Forbes' hotel would mean to this town?
Yes, I do, Joseph. Do you have any idea what it would do for this town if he absconded with all the funds that he's stolen, including Candy's $100? You see, they'd blame me for that, too.
All right, suit yourself. You know, I've heard of towns where a lynch mob just comes to the jail and pulls the prisoner out, but I think it's going to be the first time I've ever seen him pull the sheriff out.
Joseph, you run along. I am perfectly capable of handling any situation that might arise here. Except that one. Handle it for me.
What? Where is the sheriff? We want to see him immediately. Yes, the sheriff.
Keep your phone. He's coming.
Mr. Cartwright, I want you to open that cell door immediately.
Mrs. Green, I have no intentions of doing no such thing.
Oh, we are well aware of your stupidity on that score, but we have no intention of disobeying the law. But there is no law that says that poor, persecuted man cannot be allowed a few of the comforts of life. Now, where are the keys?
I will not be intimidated by a bunch of...
Keith? Hey, right.
Oh, thanks. Come along, girls. Fairfax.
Joseph, you rock.
Sheriff, give us a hand.
Nice. Lovely ladies, absolutely lovely. Your generosity has warmed the cockles of my heart.
Dear Mr. Forbes, we wanted you to know that every decent person in Virginia City is behind you, excepting one misguided creature, a fool who allows known criminals to run rampant while he harasses a fine gentleman. We hope you haven't changed your mind.
Well, in the face of Mr. Cartwright's insult to my integrity, I must confess I did consider looking for some friendlier town. However, how can I refuse you? You ladies have been so gracious. Yes, I will continue to sell stocks. Anyone who wants to buy stocks, I will do business right here. Pass the word along, Fairfax.
If you say so, sir. Be very careful of the trousers, sir.
Well, I gotta tell you, I think you're making a mistake about this Forbes fella. Look, if he knew the jig was up, if he was a con man, he wouldn't keep selling stock while he's in jail.
Joe, I know exactly what I'm doing. I can handle it.
Right. You know best. I just wonder what the penalty is for false arrest.
For the third time today, there ain't no answer to your telegram. Not that there's any doubt what it'll be. Cartwright.
You used to call me Hoss.
That's before you almost ruined the sweetest setup this town ever had.
Riley. Irving, Norman.
Sheriff Cartwright,
Oh, hi, Miss Summers.
I thought you were going to find Hiram for me.
You mean he hadn't? Well, you see, ma'am, I've been terribly busy, and I just...
He doesn't want to see me, or he has seen me, and he's changed his mind. And I sold my millinery shop, and I came out here. I thought I was going to be married. No.
Oh, ma'am, don't be upset. Why, there's lots of fish in the ocean.
Maybe. What's a woman my age going to use for bait?
I generally wait to deliver night wires in the morning, but I know you're anxious to read this one.
From the expression on your face, Albert, I don't think I am.
I don't imagine you are, but I rather savor the words myself. From Sheriff A.J. Mulligan.
Yeah, well, what does it say? Just tell me what it says.
Sylvester Cromwell was apprehended by me 6 months ago. He stood trial and was sent to territorial prison for 10 years.
Thanks a lot, Albert. Thanks much. Never let him go, Joe. The man's a crook, and I know it.
Oh, will you stop worrying about it? Eat some chicken. A hot thing fix is special for you. It's fantastic.
I ain't hungry.
You gotta eat something.
Burn it. Joe, I only did what I thought was right.
Well, everybody knows that. They didn't expect that much from a weekend sheriff. Have some chicken.
Look here. This wanted poster describes Forbes right down to the clothes he wears.
Oh, well, maybe this Forbes and this Frobisher fellow had the same tailor. Who knows?
Yeah. It says here he even traveled with his own valet. What's a valet?
Valet? No, valet. That's a manservant.
A manservant?
Mm-hmm. There's nothing unusual about that. A man's got a lot of money, he can afford himself a manservant. Well, how much money have you? Can't afford this kind of chicken.
Just going to lunch, Cartwright.
That's Sheriff Cartwright, and don't you forget it.
I won't have to remember long the way things are going.
Yeah? You get this telegraph sent off pronto, or you ain't gonna be a telegrapher long, neither.
Boy. Oh, boy. You don't know when you're licked, do you? All right. All right. I'll send it. I'll send it.
Hey, where you been? You left this place like a tornado here, Joe.
I'm ready for some of that chicken now.
Does that do it?
That does it.
Praise be. I'd rather have this one. Hey, Sheriff, you go on back over to the hotel and bring Sissy over here. When she sees me like this, maybe she'll go away. And I'll pay for the lamp, of course.
You betcha you will, and you're gonna stay in there 30 days.
30 days.
That's right.
Hey, Sheriff, what if she won't go away? Can you make it 60?
Yes, this is the exact spot on which the hotel will be built. Thank you, ma'am. Fairfax, give the lady her bonds. Hello there. Sure. How are you, sir? Good to see you.
May I be of assistance, sir?
I'm Albert Higgins, telegraph operator.
If you say so, sir.
I'm not supposed to do this, but Cartwright sent this telegram a while back. I think it's just terrible the way he picks on fine Mr. Forbes.
With your permission, I shall bring this to my master.
You let him know I brought you this. He'll remember me. I bought $50 worth of stocks.
Of course he'll remember you. He likes to see young men get ahead. His only wish is to make the world a much better place.
If you say so, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Pardon me? Judge Franklin, Mr. Green.
Yes, Mr. Ford.
You have a most efficient telegraph operator, gentlemen. I just received a message from my syndicate in Kansas City that dictates my immediate return.
Got trouble? Oh, no, indeed. They're more anxious than ever to get construction underway. I'm afraid that a good many of your good friends will have to wait till my return to purchase their stocks. I shall, of course, take the money that's already been invested with me in cash.
All cash, Mr. Forbes? Why, there's over 100,000. Won't a bank draft do?
Well, I'm afraid I will find it rather difficult to convince my syndicate to share in the profits with any of you good people. Now, cash talks. A bank draft drawn on a bank unknown to them might make them hesitate.
Makes sense, Green. Of course it does. You think I'm inexperienced in finance?
I'll get it ready for you right away.
Fairfax, find out what time the eastbound stage leaves.
I already know, sir. In 2 hours, 3 o'clock.
Thank you, gentlemen. Just take it all over to the stage office, please.
Hello, Miss Summers. Now, looks like you're leaving us, huh?
Sooner the better. Since I've been here, Hiram Peabody hasn't shown his face once.
It'll be pretty hard for him. He's in jail.
Right over there.
What?
He's in jail.
So that's where he's been hiding. Oh, and your conniving brother has been in on it all this time? Oh, pretending to be my friend? Wait till I get a hold of him.
Oh, lawman's lot is not a happy one.
Anything yet?
No. And why don't you quit pestering me?
That burn it. There's been plenty of time for an answer. That stage is gonna leave in 5 minutes.
Well, now, ain't that a shame? As if anything was going to come of your telegram anyway. Well, that might be it. As if it was going to do you any good.
Albert, can't you move a little faster?
I'm moving fast as I can. I'm ruined. My life savings.
My friends, my good friends, I shall return shortly to build the hotel which will bring great wealth to your fair city. The sooner I leave, the sooner I'll return. Move along, driver.
You're under arrest, the both of you.
I beg your pardon, sir.
You bumbling boob.
Now, Cartwright, you leave them alone.
They're crooks and I'm locking them up.
Tell him, sir. Tell him that if he doesn't release you immediately, there'll be no hotel built in Virginia City.
If you don't release us immediately, there will be no hotel built in Virginia City.
Did you hear that, Cartwright?
You're going to be my... I've got the last time you're going to be...
You don't understand!
you, Hiram Peabody, take Sissy Summers as your lawful wedded wife?
I do.
The ring, please.
The ring. Oh.
Place the ring on her finger, please, and repeat after me. With this ring, I do thee wed.
With this ring, I do thee wed.
I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Hey, Sheriff, how long are you going to keep me in here anyhow?
30 days. Next time you hit somebody, don't hit the judge.
Check the herd.
Okay. Let's go then.
You gonna make it?
So bad. Better get a doctor.
Yeah.
Take a wagon.
Frank Slater, Jesse LaPolly?
Yeah. First time I've seen them within shouting distance of each other for a long time. Get in there.
Yeah.
Saw the buzzards. Thought I'd come over and see what the bad news was.
Figured you'd know.
What does that mean?
Means the nesters aren't satisfied with one steer for the table anymore. Now they're stealing whole herds.
Pretty quick to blame the nesters, aren't you, Slater?
Oh, you're not much more than a nester yourself.
Don't call me that. I don't have to
All right,
take
that's enough. To both of you. Come on now.
Is he hurt bad?
Yeah, I sent House for a doctor, but
We went on down the ravine. Tracks on both sides. They split the herd.
The way I make it, there were 4 of them, sometime last night.
Well, I've had enough. Is the Cattlemen's Association going to do something about it or not?
well, we'll have a meeting tomorrow night at the Ponderosa.
Takes more than meetings, Ben. The association better hire somebody to stop this rustling, or I'm going to do it with my own men. I have to burn out every nester in Nevada. Speaking strong because I've got a lot to lose. I know the small spreads are hurting too, but where they losing 1 head, I'm losing 4. More than 50 head a month, and I'm losing men too. Now, you saw what they did to Ryan out on the range yesterday. And if he dies, you can add murder to the charge. So we've got to do something about it. We've got to bring a man in here to stop it, and I've got just the man.
Yeah.
Very good idea. You fight fire with fire, Ben.
Fire is contagious. So is killing. I've seen it happen much too often. All right. His has been proposed that this association hire a range detective to eliminate rustling. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried.
Pa, you mind if I say something?
It's all right with the members of this association?
You volunteering, Joe?
No, not me, Mr. Slater, but I think I've got a good man for the job. Dan Logan.
Dan Logan?
Yeah, he's a good hand. Scouted for the Army. Marshaled a couple of tough towns. Always used his head.
He's one of your own men, isn't he?
Look, I just think Dan Logan would be a good man. He did a fine job in Tucson and Wickenburg.
I don't care who you get. Just so as he works on a fee system.
That's really asking for trouble, Frank.
$300 for every rustler brought in, tried and convicted, or brought in dead.
All in favor?
Dan, I wasn't expecting you back so soon.
Anita?
What is it? Have you been drinking? Let me smell your breath.
Not a drop.
Are you going to stand there and grin all day?
Well, how do I look? Any different?
What?
I've been deputized, range detective.
What's that?
That's me, Miss Lavis, and you better watch your step. $40 a month.
Is that all? You make that at the Ponderosa.
Ah, but there's a little bonus, too.
Are you going to tell me?
I get $300 for every rustler I arrest and they convict.
Is it dangerous?
It's nothing I can't handle.
Oh, take good care of yourself, Dan.
Anita, listen, nothing can happen to me as long as I've got you. Except maybe get rich with all these rustlers running around. Oh, think of it, honey. California, a new life. Chance to start all over again.
Don't expect it to be any different in California, Dan. I don't.
Oh, it will be. You'll see, especially if we've got money.
I don't think money can buy what you want.
How am I going to make wages when I have to waste time tracking you?
Hey, you and your Indian tricks. Where'd you learn that one?
Yeah, Apaches down White Mountain Way. Men can learn a lot from Apaches.
I imagine. What you doing out here?
My job? Picked up trail of some cows.
No strays?
Shod horses pushing them, moving off Ponderosa grass.
Come on, let's go.
That's my job, Joe.
My cattle, Dan. Come on, let's go.
Wait here a while. Some jerky?
Yeah, sounds good. Whatever made you give up being a lawman anyway, Dan? You're good at it.
The towns were getting too rough, Joe. And the killing. You kill a man and take something out of your own life.
Yeah. Well, what makes you take this job, then?
Oh, it's not the same. I don't have to kill to get paid. I just bring the rustlers in and let the jury decide what happens. It means $300 to me for every conviction. I've got somebody I want to spend it on. I'm moving west, Joe. Settling down. Well, now. What do you think?
Well, could be something warm in their hands.
Well, they're branding irons.
All right, just hold it right like that, boys.
Joe, take a look at the brand on that cow.
Ponderosa. Well, now, you boys got a bill of sale for those animals?
No better than that, Logan.
All right, boys, get your horses.
How do I look?
Tolerable?
Is that all? Well, I'm not going.
Ah, wait a minute now. You're beautiful. You know it. Haven't I told you that before?
Yes, but I'm too smart to believe you. You don't look so bad yourself.
I love you, Anita. Virginia City's in for a big treat.
You never give up, do you?
Do you want me to?
Those rustlers are in trouble. You're the most stubborn man I've ever seen.
You bet I am. Look, you hang on tight. I want everybody to know that you are my girl.
Where are we going?
Anita, we're going to the Palace Hotel. We're going to order a couple of the biggest steaks in the house, and then a bottle of champagne. Imported French champagne.
Don't, Dan, please.
Who does she think she is?
Listen, her, it's me. You ought to know that by now. You only look at me, Dan. She sees me.
Anita, I'm tired of hearing you talk like that.
Don't be upset, honey. I'm used to it. Women, ladies always know. I don't know how. I'm not cut out for ice cream socials and sewing bees. They know it and I know it. So let's go back.
You can't spend the rest of your life in 2 rooms on D Street.
Why not?
Because I want more for you.
It won't work, Dan. I've tried it before. Now we both know this is my side of the street. Why don't you let me go back to work?
Don't you ever say that again.
I'm not the kind of girl for the dreams you dream.
Oh, Anita, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Listen, honey, I've got $1,200 coming for bringing the Kells brothers in. Let's go somewhere else and we'll start all over again.
Okay. You talk to me about it when you get the $1,200.
Don't seem right to leave without not thanking the jury.
Maybe we ought to send them a cow.
I'll buy a drink. Fill it, Mr. Logan, too. Leave the bottle.
anyone I like less than Frank Slater sober, it's Frank Slater drunk.
Just take it easy. There's no sense in starting trouble.
Well, I'm gonna move some of my stock up on the West Fork Range. I need the water.
You are drunk.
Look, I'm only telling you so that you can move your scrubs off of there before I move on.
I'll make soap out of the first big tea cow I see.
That's open range, Hill.
Slater. Cattlemen's Association ain't gonna let you do that.
And I'm not either. I got a lease now.
Well, I'm breaking it. You cow-stealing nester.
Now wait right there.
Take it easy, Jess.
Yeah. Both of you take it easy.
I'm tired of him calling me a rustler. Make your play, Slater. Or back down.
Slater. Don't let booze do your thinking for you.
Well, what's it gonna be?
I was hoping it was Dan.
Oh, he's not here, then, huh?
No, he left a while ago.
Well, look, if he comes around, would you tell him Joe Cartwright was looking for him?
Of course.
Thank you.
Mr. Cartwright, can I talk to you a moment? It's about Dan.
Sure.
It's the verdict.
Yeah, I knew he was pretty upset about it.
Can I get you something? A drink, coffee?
No, thank you. I missed Dan after the trial. Do you have any idea where he is?
No, he went out of here mad. I've never seen him so angry. I don't know what he might do.
I wouldn't worry about it. I think he'll be all right.
Don't be so sure. That verdict meant an awful lot to him. He had plans, you know.
Does that mean I'm going to get a chance to wear my new suit and throw a little rice?
Do I look like the kind of girl you'd bring home to Mother? Oh, come on, Mr. Cartwright. Don't be so uncomfortable. Huh? You'll spoil my reputation. I'm supposed to make men happy.
Yeah, well, apparently you make Dan happy.
Let's say I don't mean him harm. Did he tell you that he had plans to go away and start all over?
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit on the trail. Sounded like a pretty good idea to me.
Sure, if that's what you want.
Well, you make it sound like it's not what you want.
I've been around a long time. It's a little bit late to start over, don't you think?
No, I don't think so.
Dan doesn't think so either. You know, he took a look at me one day and saw a girl standing by a fireplace in polka dots, waiting for him to come home. What he got was me.
I think you'd look real good in polka dots.
No, I don't think it fits my complexion. Well, anyway, it's over. The jury took care of that. Maybe I ought to be doing what the Kells brothers are doing. Rustling cattle.
You better be careful, Dan will be after you. Good night.
Good night.
Still spending money, Ike? Big T brand. Frank Slater's not gonna like you. Matter of fact, you boys don't leave any brand alone, do you?
Logan, how'd you know I was here?
I got my ways, Ike.
Won't do any good. Jury just turned me loose again.
And then I'll just bring you right back in again. Simple as that. Get these hides together. If you're going to bring in the evidence that'll put you away.
What's up, Logan?
I just brought Ike Kells in. He's dead. This has been fired 3 times. He tried to take me when my back was turned. But his luck and his aim were both bad. I'll be in the saloon if you want me.
Kill you, Logan.
Get out of here, Billy, before I turn you over my knee. Now get this straight, Billy, because I'm only going to tell you once. Your brother tried to kill me. His gun was out of the holster before he was shot. Don't make me kill you, Billy.
We'll get you!
Right. Are you sick or something?
I'm fine.
Would there be any trouble?
It was self-defense.
Who was it?
Ike Kells. Blood money.
You did what you had to do.
That doesn't make me like it any better.
Money doesn't care how you earn it. I don't either.
He drew first.
Does that make any difference?
reckon Logan saw us?
Yeah.
You think he'll take the bait?
I don't know why not. A blind man couldn't miss the trail we left.
Up here, boys.
Well,
They're up to their old tricks again, Clem.
what about Barney?
Why he got away?
I hope you brought some evidence. I'm tired of turning rustlers loose in the cell.
Well, they got a whole herd bottled up in a draw near Slater's place. If that isn't enough, they tried to ambush a duly appointed officer of the law.
Looks like you need a doctor, son, and a lawyer. I'll get you the doctor.
He never even gave us a chance.
It's a better chance than you were giving me.
Do you have to do that?
Yes?
It's very annoying.
Well, you just have to put up with it. I'm doing it for you.
Don't do me any favors.
Now, why do you think I'm doing it?
Cleaning your gun? It must be dirty.
Well, you know what I mean. Why do you think I took this job?
Why? You answer that, and maybe I'll know why you took a job hunting down men.
Because I need you, Anita. I love you.
Love? My love doesn't cost that much.
Who is it?
Frank Slater.
Frank, I don't want to talk to you now.
Worth $1,000 to you. Hello, Dan.
You said $1,000.
It's personal.
Well, I'm listening.
Jess Hill is stealing my calves.
Can you prove that?
See for yourself. You're wearing a badge. Take a run out to the West Fork Range and look at the young stock wearing fresh brands.
All right. What about the money?
Dead or alive. Of course, there's an extra $300 from the association if he's dead.
I'm Dan Logan. Is your daddy home?
Dan Logan, you're the one that brought in all those rustlers, aren't you?
Where's your father?
I'm Pete Hill.
Pete?
Hello, Dan.
I need to talk to you, Jess. Nice to meet you, son.
Same here.
Go about your choice, son. What's on your mind, Dan?
Frank Slater claims he's losing calves.
Go on.
He says he's losing them to you.
Slater's a liar.
When do you brand your young stock?
Roundup, same as everybody. Why?
Well, on the way over here, I saw a mother and a calf. The mother wore Slater's big T, and the calf was a fresh tumbling K. Now, it doesn't take much to change a big T into tumbling K.
Are you accusing me?
I'm being paid to stop rustlers. And I don't care if the rustlers are members of the association that pays me. Now, if you're doing it, you better get ready to stand trial or run or whatever suits you.
Pete.
Something wrong, pal?
Listen, Pete. I want you to ride over to the Ponderosa. Tell Ben Cartwright that I gotta see him. Tell him I'm afraid to leave. Tell him it's important. Take my horse. Get there as fast as you can.
You bet, Paul.
Son. Pete. Pete!
Give me a hand, Thomas. What happened, Jess? My son, Pete. He's been shot. Easy, get easy now. Okay, careful. Be careful with the shoulder. Okay, wait. Give the Jess around here. Okay. Right up here. It's all right. You're all right, Pete. You'll be okay. Just what happened? My son was shot. He's just a kid.
How is he?
I don't know. Doc wouldn't let me stay.
How did it happen?
Dan Logan put 2 bullets in my son's back.
Did you see it?
I didn't have to see it. Pete was riding my Palomino and wearing my jacket. Logan thought that he was shooting at me.
Tell it from the beginning, Jess.
Well, he came out to my place, Logan. And he said he'd found some calves that had been branded. I mean, the brands had been changed. And he accused me of stealing cows. I sent Pete to get Ben Cartwright.
Just take your time, Jess.
If only I had gone myself. I found him out near that ridge on the West Fork. Ambushed. My son was ambushed. Now listen to me, everybody. Dan Logan shot my son for $300. Now, you all know I don't have much. But I'll give it all to the man that brings him in. I want Dan Logan in jail. And if my son dies, God help me, I want him to hang.
Don't you see what you're doing?
We're with you, Jess.
I'm ready to ride out right now.
No one's riding anywhere unless I say so. Now, you break it up. Go on home. If I need a posse, I'll let you know. Go on. Go on about your business, all of you.
Dan Logan never backshot anybody in his life. He'd never ambush anybody.
He has a girl in town. You know her?
I met her. Her name's Anita.
You know where she lives?
Yeah.
Oh, come in.
You know the sheriff?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on my way to work.
I'm looking for Dan Logan. Where can I find him?
I wouldn't know. He's not here.
When'll he be back?
I don't know. He left on business. What's this all about?
What kind of business?
How do I know? Business. Frank Slater came by.
What did he want?
Oh, I was in the other room.
These walls are paper thin. What did they talk about?
I was asleep.
And how'd you know he was here?
I woke up.
You heard him?
No. Yeah. Oh, I don't know what I mean. What do you want me to say?
Why don't you try the truth?
I'm telling the truth. Look, Sheriff, I don't know anything. I gotta go to work. I don't want to be late.
You won't get there at all unless you start cooperating.
Ask anybody. Anita cooperates.
All right, let's start all over. Slater was here last night. He talked with Logan. What about?
I don't know.
Get packed.
What for?
I'm going to float you out of town. You got just about 10 minutes.
Why?
I don't need a reason.
Oh, look, Sheriff. It was that cattleman's business. Rustling. $1,300 doesn't grow on trees. Now, Dan's been trying to...
How's he going to make $1,300?
Well, isn't that what he does for a living? Bring in rustlers?
Gets paid $300 apiece. You said $1,300. Why?
I meant 300.
Get your stuff.
Can't I stay here? I don't have anywhere to go.
Tell me about last night. I'll give you 1 minute to make up your mind.
Frank Slater offered Dan Logan $1,000 to stop Jess Hill from rustling his cattle.
You can go to work now, Miss Lavis.
Anyone sees Logan, fire 3 shots in the air. The rest of us will catch up. The Cattlemen's Association's offered a $1,000 reward. Another $1,000's been donated by Jesse's friends. Now, all of you know what Logan can do with a gun, so don't let this reward get in your eye. All right, let's go.
Right about where you're standing, Joe.
That another Apache trick?
Yeah. Comes in handy when you're back shooting kids.
I don't believe that.
You're the only one who doesn't. Shots came from somewhere near that gully over there. How is the kid?
He's got a good chance.
I hope so. Seemed like a nice kid when I met him.
Dan, the sheriff's looking for you.
I know. He's leading the posse I've been tracking.
You got a $2,000 reward on your head. You're gonna have to come into town with me. Sheriff's a fair man. He'll give you an even break.
He believes I did it. With $2,000 on my head, I'd never make it to town.
Dan, I'm gonna have to take you in.
You'll have to kill a friend to do it. Catch up to you sometime.
Come on, give us a kiss.
That's, you know.
I've been waiting for that all night.
I'm trying to open the door.
Now that's what I call a good time.
Wait a minute, I thought you said we were going to be alone.
Get out of here, Charlie.
Well, look, I don't know who you think you are, but
Get out. You went back to work.
Sheriff, he's in there.
Come on.
That Logan's in my house.
yeah, I offered him $1,000. Why not? I want to see this rustling stop. 300 wouldn't do it. I figured 1,000 would. But I didn't tell him to shoot anybody, especially not an 18-year-old boy.
He thought he was shooting at me.
We all know that, Jesse.
Well, what kind of a bullet you take out of the boys, Bonnie?
44-40, same as Logan's.
All right, same as Logan, same as yours, same as mine. We've all got 44-40s.
So, what are you getting at?
Out by the ravine where the boy was shot, I found these shell casings.
44-40s. What about them?
Take a look at the primer.
They're scarred up. Probably a splintered firing pin.
Now's the firing pin on Logan's rifle.
This rifle never fired those shells.
Take a look at this one.
Firing pin split almost in half. Whose is it?
I just took it off of Frank Slater's horse.
Wait a minute.
Hold it. Hold it.
Slater, you and Logan are going to swap places. What'd you do, Frank? Change the brand on your own cows? I'm sorry, Jesse.
So am I.
Thank you, Joe.
You sure you don't want to stick around, huh?
A lot of places I haven't seen yet, Joe.
Where you heading?
Nowhere. Anywhere.
Keep in touch.
Keep looking behind you. I'll catch up to you sometime.
Dan, I'm sorry.